Hey everybody, it's Tammy and welcome back to my channel, Creative Girl Vintage. I'm in my craft room. I am loving today's project. Wanted to share with you. Today we're going to be making the Witch's Best shoe button card. Isn't this cute? It has an easel on the back to set it up, and this is super easy and really fun to put together. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy this today. So let's get started. Okay, you guys, so this project was made possible by, of course, this gorgeous graphic. This graphic came from Etsy shop Chocolate Rabbit. I've been buying and selling on Etsy since 2008, and in my library of digital downloads, I have got a lot of things from Chocolate Rabbit. The shop's been around for a long time, and it just keeps getting better. So, the link to that shop is below, and go grab some boots and look around while you're there at the Halloween, because it is off the charts good. Let me tell you, you can just go crazy thinking about all the things that you can make. So I printed this out on just plain white cardstock. Okay, so which we know is not really that strong, and I wanted a little stability here. So this is a step I usually take. And so, unfortunately, I already did this one, but I'm going to act like I didn't so I can just show you guys real quick what to do to firm up your images. So, print it out on white cardstock, and I didn't fussy cut around the boot. It's just like I just chopped out a square, okay? So, pretend like this dark isn't here. Pretend that's just the back of the cardstock. I just grabbed my glue stick and covered the entire back with my glue stick. Okay, got it all sticky and good. I grabbed another sheet here of scrap cardstock. This one's pretty heavy. This is the pretty side, so let's flip it over. So when we put our glue side on the plain white, we just push it down, just rub it in a little bit. Sometimes I even grab like a little ruler and I'll just smooth it out really good. Since the glue stick is a little sticky, you might want to let it dry for a little bit. Sometimes I'll just take a heavy book and put it right on top of here, and it keeps anything from like the corners from curling up or anything like that. So once you do that, here you go. Okay, you've got a nice attractive back, plus you've really got some strength. Okay, so let's cut this out. Let me see which scissors I have here, which are nice and sharp today. Okay, so if you guys aren't familiar with like downloading graphics from Etsy, they're digital downloads, beautiful graphic artists on Etsy. I'm telling you, there are so many gorgeous things. Like I said before, I have a huge library that I've collected, and you know, they're a couple dollars. You download them onto your computer, and you can print them out and craft with them as much as your heart desires. So it's really fun. So you can kind of collect all your images, and I put mine in categories like for holidays and things like that, so I could find them easy and it's like sorted in folders. So always be sure that when you're purchasing that you read the seller's terms of use, because a lot of these artists, you know, they design these things and it's really their art. So, you know, they'll let you go so far with it. But I truly enjoy what they do. They make crafting so nice. Okay, there's our boot all cut out. Get rid of all this scrap here. The next thing I'm going to do is, this is my new distress pad that I got at Michael's. I think this was like $19, but you know, you can always use your coupon. And it has in here hickory smoke, vintage photo, ground espresso, and black soot. So it's like some really cool colors in here. And I love the black soot. That's what I'm going to use today. Cutting this out, sometimes since it was on the white cardstock, the edges will be a little white. So this is just a little optional thing you can do to just sort of make everything blend in. Plus I like to do the back too. So I've got kind of a little vintagey finished look on the back. All right, looks good. Yeah, that's a really nice pad. Okay, next thing we're going to do, this is some vintage lace. I got this at the flea market. Any fabric store is going to have lace, so you know you've always got something. And so let's flip this over because our lace is going to be on the back. Just using my hot glue, I'm going to go right across the top, lay my lace on. I want to make sure that the other end of my lace is going to go down the front of the boot here. Okay, so you can see how pretty that's already starting to look. Now, what I did here to go around the corner is I'm just going to make like a little pleat and glue it down. So just a little bit of hot glue right there. Just going to do the little pleat and lay it right on there just to get it started and have a nice finished corner. So you can see how nice that went around the corner there. Looks good. I'm going to go ahead and finish putting hot glue all the way down to the end, to the toe. And laying my lace right on top of it. Whenever you're working with lace like this, never stretch it. Just let it kind of relax right into what you're doing, and you'll always be much more happier with the result. All right. Look at that. Isn't that cute? You got a little bit too much. You just do a little trim. Okay, now, since this is a shoe button card, let's do some buttons. Now, I started out, the first one I did of this, I actually sewed my buttons right onto this card. And it was a little tedious, and if I was just making one card, I might be like, oh, that's okay, but I did want to make some to sell in my shop. So I grabbed a needle, and this is just a 6 strands of embroidery thread. It's like a very dark gray color. I grabbed my little vintage mother of pearl buttons. And so my shortcut was this. Just grabbed a button, put my needle through, back down through, and you can see it looks like it's already like sewed on there. Okay. And trimmed off. Give yourself enough to work with there. It's easier to tie. And then we're just going to tie a knot onto the back of our button. See how simple that is? And it just was a real time saver because going through that double cardboard with the needle, I don't know, I just was struggling with it a little bit. So here you have this wonderful little button that looks like it's been sewed on. I'm putting a dot of hot glue on it and putting it on right there. Just to save time, I made a couple extra here since you guys got the idea what we're doing. And let's just put these on, going right down the front of this boot. You could even put on this way too if you like a little bit more of a tied look, you know, that look on the back. So either way, looks cute. And I decided on 4 here. You know, sky's the limit. As many as you like. There we go. So how cute is that looking? All right, let me grab my dried flowers. Okay, these little dried flowers here, this was something I found at Michael's over the summer. And I just reach in here and just grab just a little bunch of them like that. And snip them out of there. Okay. And I just found these at Michael's, you guys. This is, look at the dark purple, these dried flowers, and these are actually black. And these were by the Halloween stuff. It says Gothic Garden. So I was kind of excited to get these because it's really hard to find good Halloween stuff, isn't it? I always feel it is. So I'm just going to grab three of these purple ones. And these stems are super long, so I'll just do a quick snip. And let's grab one black one. How cute these are. They nice. Get these out of the way. All right, so I'm just going to grab these in my hands, like just in a little bunch. Grab them up like that. And snip some of that excess off there. Okay, so I don't know if there's a right way or a wrong way to do this, but what I did was basically took big old dollop of hot glue here and just took these flowers and just laid them right on that glue. Now, if it gets a little sticky or messy looking, don't worry about it because we have a plan for that. Okay, so yeah, just stick them on. If they're not all sticking on, just you could add a little more glue. Push them on there. Get all kinds of glue all over your fingers. Okay. All right, so we got our flowers on right at the top. And this is a piece of just inexpensive muslin fabric from the fabric store, coffee dyed. And what I'm going to do is just cut a little snip right in there, and then let's tear it. Love that. Okay, so you're going to have all kinds of little stringy things coming out because you tore it. So just pull most of them off. You don't want all of them off, but I'm going to pull a lot of these big long ones off. And it's really nice because you get pretty little fringed and looks so good. And then we're going to tie this in a bow. I'm just going to start in the middle. Tie it in a bow. Now I usually have a big production going on if I'm coffee dyeing fabric or lace or paper or whatever, you know, the tub, the hot water, the whole thing. But today I had some leftover coffee in my coffee pot this morning, and I just threw my muslin in there and I came up with a really great piece. So I didn't waste that extra coffee, and I got some really nice coffee dyed fabric. All right, I'm just kind of tightening this up a little so it's not huge. Okay, so let's go back over here, and I'm going to put another dollop of glue on there, and you know that also helps hold those flowers down if anything was loose. I'm going to take my bow and just hold it on right there for a second. Okay, and of course this is really long. I like to leave a little extra, just like with the thread, so you're not struggling. You can easily tie things if you have a little extra to work with. We'll cut a bit of this off here. Okay. And these little sticks from your flowers, you can like them or not like them, whatever you want to do. If you want to cut them off or you want to leave them. These look really cute on here. Okay. And then we have, this is one of those little cardboard easels. I'm going to link, I got these on Amazon. I'll link these below if you guys are looking for them. So you can just bend them over like this, and you have a great little easel. These are, I'm thinking these are like 3, let me see. Yeah, they're like 3 inches. They're a perfect little size for this. And they have a sticky tab here. So we'll pull that off. I've used these in other projects, and I've actually added glue to the back because I didn't trust them. But this is such a lightweight project. I think it's going to be just fine. So now I didn't plan this, but the heel of my boot came out the exact same size as the bottom of this easel. But even if it doesn't, it's no big deal. You just trim it up. So I kind of hold my cardboard, you know, to the table with this to the table, and I just slide the two together like so. If your easel is up a lot higher, everything's all wonky, so these are flush then to the table. So it sets up really cute. I mean, you guys can see that sitting up like that. It sets up really cute by itself. Okay, put this back up. All right. So here, we'll take the easel back down again so we can lay this flat for a second. So this is magic with every step with these boots. So I decided that this really needed a little bit of magic dust to finish it off. You know, you always have to have a little bit of magic dust. And that was simple. That was a little bit of Mod Podge. And I put it on the heel. Just kind of smeared it on there a little bit. And got a little bit of our magic dust here. It's my favorite one. And sprinkle it right on that heel. And put our easel back up. These are cute little easels. There we go. I didn't have it pushed in right. Okay. So there you go. The Witch's Best Shoe Buttons. Magic in every step. Oh, from the Salem Witch Emporium, too. You know, after our magic dust, I had one more little finishing touch. One of our buttons that looks like it's sewed on. Put a little hot glue on there and put it right on that muslin bow. That looks really sweet, doesn't it? Okay, you guys, I have got a handful of these that I have ready, and they are in my Etsy shop. The link to my shop is below, and they will come to you in this darling little plaid bag, and I put a special little tag on there for you. This is the Witch's Tea Cake recipe that I decorated. This is also from the Chocolate Rabbit. So we want to thank Chocolate Rabbit today for this beautiful inspiration that we were able to make this gorgeous project. And thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'll be back next week with another video. You know I'll come up with something good. So I hope you subscribe so you can stick around and see what's going on in my craft room. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next week.